Hey everybody, how are you today? So it may not be our first run of the training block for the New York City Half Marathon, but today is the first day that we're going to be getting a real workout in. We're going to be on the track today doing 5 by 400 meter repeats with 400 meters of recovery in between. So I'm excited to get out there and do a workout other than, yesterday was just an easy run. Now before we head outside, I'm just going to throw up a recap of what we're going to be doing this week. You can look at yesterday's video if you want to see more of the whole plan, or even better, you can go back to the actual video where I put together the training block for the New York City Half Marathon for myself. But just so you can see right here, this is going to be this week's breakdown. It's a lot of 3-mile runs, generally pretty easy. We don't even have anything at race pace just yet because it's, again, the first week of the official training block. So it's just going to be some mileage. Today is going to be the one real workout as far as doing something on a track or doing something at a higher pace. And then on the weekend, we really only have the 5-mile run, which is, the long run of this particular week. So it's just building little by little right now. It's the first week, so it's keeping it pretty easy. But nonetheless, let's get outside because I am excited to hit the track again. All right, we made it out to the track. We've got a really nice day for this right now. It's still cool, around 44 degrees, but we're just gonna start our warm-up laps now. I have a couple layers on here, but I'll probably take this off once we get moving in the actual 400 meter reps. So we'll start the run right now. And yeah, let's just get our warm-up together, probably a mile warm-up, and then we'll get to work. Almost at the 1 mile mark now. This thing is definitely coming off. It's warm now that I'm moving. Alright, so we're done with the 400s. I just forgot to stop my watch when I was playing around with the camera for a second. That's gonna look weird on Strava, but that's okay. We got it done. We got the splits a little bit quicker than I wanted to, but close enough that I don't think it's a problem, or that I went, way too fast or anything. So we're just cooling down now. I've got a few errands to run for Christmas gifts, dog food, and a few other things at the drugstore. So I gotta get that done. But once we're back inside, I will definitely tell you how the run went in more specificity with the pacing and everything like that. So we'll see how it is when we get inside. But it was a good workout overall, definitely. 2 thumbs up for the first one of the training block. Alright guys, so obviously the pacing breakdown is a little bit different for a track workout. The mileage, each mile in Strava or anything is not very meaningful when I'm doing 400-meter repeats. So I'll give you the actual splits for my run and talk a little bit about where I was hoping to land. I was shooting for about a 1 minute 40 second rep for each 400 meter. Somewhere between that and 1 minute and 48 seconds is appropriate for, my current fitness. Maybe I'll talk a little bit more in the future about how I'm kind of calculating my pacing and all that good stuff. But for now, I was shooting for 1 minute 40 seconds. My rep times were 136.7, 139.2, 138.4, 135.7, and 135 flat. So I was definitely going a little bit faster than I wanted to, but the good thing is I didn't feel like I was straining to keep the pace, and in fact I was actually increasing just a little bit for each rep, which I like to do, just cut off like maybe a second each rep just to make sure that I'm still holding within a range that makes sense for me, because I'm still progressing at each repetition of a 200 meter, 400 meter, even an 800 meter. It just makes me feel good knowing that I'm not pushing myself to the limit where my pace is then starting to drop off because I went too hard in the reps before. So overall, it worked out just fine. I was not overexerting myself. I wasn't really taking extra rest or anything like that. I was just jogging the 400 meters and hopping right back into the next repetition. Obviously, there's a little leeway here and there because I have to do some things for the camera, but for the most part, it was a 400 meter recovery and then right back into another repetition. So it went really well. As I progress through the next couple of weeks of the training block, the 400 meter repeats will increase in number. So I'll be doing 6 by 400, 7 by 400 meters, and so on as we go up through the training block, as well as mixing in some other speed work on Wednesdays in particular. So this was a good start. I really can't complain. I kind of said it before the New York City Marathon. I think I'm in decent shape at shorter distances, and that's why my body wants to go faster, at short reps, but I just need to hold it back and keep the big picture in mind and keep on working on my cardio strength overall and endurance as we get back into, more marathons and half marathons and things like that. So with that, I hope you enjoyed. Definitely subscribe down below if you've come all this way in the video. If you leave a like, that would be awesome and it really helps me out. I hope to see you all in the next video.